and welcome. I'm Ceri. I'm co-founder and yoga teacher here at House of Light in South Spain. It's fairly blustery and cold this morning outside, but we're here in our beautiful yoga hall with underfloor heating, so it's nice and cosy in here. I'm just going to wait for a little moment for a few more people to join, possibly. We've had a few technical issues this morning with sound, so if you find that the sound is cutting in and out a little bit, it's not your computer, it's our fault, so sorry about that, so bear with us, and hopefully you can just still enjoy the flow. So, I'm just checking with Sally to see if we're good.
Yeah, we've got people joining.
To go? People joining?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So this morning, I'm going to guide you through a fairly short practice called grounding and the peace of being. So thinking too much and too often can bring all of our energy up and into the mind, and it vacates the body. So we can be left feeling quite scattered and ungrounded. So today's practice invites you to use 3 different tools to make you feel more stable and calm and grounded. So the first one, as in all of our practices, will be the breath. Secondly, we'll be focusing on Muladhara, or the root chakra. And thirdly, focus on our physical connection to the earth. So we'll be starting today's practice lying down. You take up a position similar to Shavasana. And just relax the body, letting go of any muscular tension. Starting to connect with the breath. Allowing yourself to fully arrive in the frame of your body. Fully arrive in this moment. Just allowing the memories and the connections of any activity that's taken place already this morning just to melt away. Giving yourself full permission to be here for the next 20 minutes or so, purely connecting with the breath and any physical sensations. So with every inhalation, enjoying a sense of expansion, of lightness, of levity. With every exhalation, allowing the navel and the whole front side of the body to sink down towards the ground. Deeply connecting to that sense of stability and solidity that the earth beneath you provides. Slowing the breath down and noticing how this intentional slowing of the breath can also slow down the fluctuations of the mind. Maybe taking us one step closer towards that inner sanctuary of peace and calm that we all carry around inside of us. Taking a moment to focus now on the square and even alignment of the hips to shoulders. And just making a mental blueprint of how that feels in the body. And now starting to engage the Ujjayi breath. So a gentle restriction in the back of the throat, creating a quiet whispering sound as you inhale and exhale through the nostrils. One at a time, drawing the knees into the chest, interlacing the fingers on the shins and just giving yourself a gentle squeeze, maybe rocking from side to side. And then finding stillness in centre. On your next exhalation, drawing the forehead towards the knees. And as you inhale, unravelling into Shavasana. Exhale again, squeeze, knees into the chest, nose and forehead towards the knees. Inhale to open out, gently starting to warm the core. Exhale to curl and squeeze. Inhale to open. And exhale to squeeze. And then pausing here, release the head back down to the mat. And bring the hands to the backs of the thighs now. If you times before you come to sit. And finding a comfortable cross-legged position. Resting palms against the knees or the thighs. And simultaneously elongating the spine by growing the crown up towards the sky. And elongating the breath, making it a little deeper and a little longer. Now mentally drawing each exhalation a little deeper, a little lower along the spine towards the tailbone. Until eventually each exhalation energetically ends at the centre of the pelvic floor, the space between the tailbone and the pubic bone. This brings us to Muladhara, our root chakra. When this chakra is in balance, we can feel rooted to the earth and calm and stable. When it's out of balance, we can feel indecisive, have a lack of trust, maybe even experience phobias or an over-dependency on other people. So just taking a moment to draw the breath into this space, even visualising perhaps you can breathe in the colour red into this space in the body. Feeling a firm connection between the sit bones and the earth. Maybe visualising roots extending down from the body into the ground, allowing the spine, like the trunk of a tree, to grow tall and stable and strong. On the next inhalation, lift the chin and gaze up towards the sky. As you exhale, lower chin to chest. Inhale to gaze up, and exhale to look down. One more time, following the rhythm of your own breath. To a neutral position and placing the tips of the index finger onto the tops of the shoulders. Now starting to draw large circles in a forwards motion with the tips of the elbows. Listening to any sounds and sensations in your shoulder and your neck. Always being prepared to adapt your practice to suit how your body is feeling this morning and in this moment. And then pausing and reversing direction, drawing backwards motion with the tips of the elbows. And then pausing, but keeping the fingertips on the tops of the shoulders. A gentle pressure here just to encourage the shoulders to move down away from the ears, and then gently squeezing the shoulder blades together so that the shoulders move back and down. Now if you could draw an imaginary line from one fingertip to the other fingertip, from a bird's eye view, this would now be a straight line, as opposed to a curved line if the shoulders were allowed to hunch forwards. So keeping the shoulders moving back and down, and it's this alignment in the shoulders that will be particularly useful and keep your shoulders safe in chaturanga and plank pose. So this is our second mental blueprint that we're going to make before we move into the flow of the practice. So keeping the shoulders where they are, back and down. Now placing your left elbow onto your left knee and place the left palm up and bring the right hand onto the right knee and bring gentle pressure there, allowing the belly and the chest to turn up towards the ceiling. Inhale through the centre, bring the soles of the feet to the ground, the knees are bent, and place the hands on the backs of the thighs. Gently start to lean back, finding that balancing point on the sit bones and the tailbone, and then float the toes away from the ground so your shins are parallel to the ground. Reach the arms forwards is the second option. With every inhalation, lift the heart. With every exhalation, sink the shoulders back and down. One more deep cycle of breath. And then returning to a cross-legged position. Bring right elbow to right. Gently pressing the left knee away from you to rotate the belly and the chest up towards the sky. Inhale to come back through centre I'm just going to change on my mat so you can see more clearly. Returning to boat pose, floating the feet away from the ground, shins parallel to the ground, shoulders moving back and down. As you exhale, plant your palms behind you, fingers pointing forwards, cross the legs in front of the body, and then roll forwards to find tabletop position. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and keeping the gaze down so that the back of the skull is in line with the spine. Now placing your right hand in the centre of the mat directly beneath your face. Inhale to float the left arm up, and as you exhale, thread the left hand under the body, behind the left wrist, and bring the back of the left shoulder down to meet the mat. So the palm of your right hand can stay planted on the mat in front of your face, or a second option is to reach the right arm up towards the sky and even allow it to drop slightly behind the body, maybe just out of your field of vision. Exhale as the hand was lifted, bringing the right palm back to the mat. And as you inhale, press more firmly into the right palm, start to straighten the right arm. Place the left elbow directly under the left shoulder so that the forearm crosses the mat, and plant the left palm down to the mat. Now stepping your left leg back and coming onto the little toe side of that foot, stack the right leg directly on top. Inhale the right arm up, finding yourself in a variation of Vashisthasana, side plank. On the next exhalation, lower the hips down to the ground and bring the back of your right hand to the lower back. As you inhale, simultaneously lift the hips and reach the right arm up and towards the top of your mat. Exhale to lower right hand to the lower back. Inhale to lift, activating your side ribs and latissimus dorsi muscles. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale to lift. This time, rocking onto the balls of both feet, planting both elbows under each shoulder, finding elbows down plank pose, pressing back through the heels, lifting the navel up towards the spine, pressing firmly into the elbows, and then exhale, knees down, drag the hands back a little to return to tabletop. This time placing the left hand into the centre of the mat beneath your face. Inhale the right arm up, exhale to thread the needle coming down onto the back of the right shoulder. Option to keep the left hand where it is. Second option to float it up towards the sky, maybe even allowing it to move behind the body slightly, deepening the twist. Keep the breath slow and steady, easy rise and gentle fall of the breath. And then returning the left palm to the mat if it was raised, pressing into it, and place the right elbow underneath the right shoulder and the right palm to the mat. Step the right leg back, coming onto the little toe side of that foot, and stack the left leg on top. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale to lower the hips, bring the back of the left hand to the lower back. Inhale to lift the hips and reach up and forwards with the left fingertips. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. One final time. Inhale to lift. And this time rolling onto the balls of the feet. Bringing both elbows down to the mat. Returning to plank pose on the elbows. Lowering the knees down. And draw the hands back to return to tabletop position. Now tucking all 10 toes. Inhale as you float the knees just an inch or so away from the mat. Dome in the upper back, pressing the skin on the back of the neck up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, keep the heels lifted and the knees bent, but send the hips up and back into a bent knee version of downward facing dog. Then start to pedal the legs alternately, allowing the hips to sway from side to side. There, finding stillness in your version of downward facing dog. If you have tight hamstrings, always knowing it's an option to keep the heels lifted and keep the knees soft. Downward facing dog is one of the most grounding poses as we're connected firmly to the the earth by 4 points. So pressing firmly into the root of the index finger, and spin the biceps and the inner elbows forwards and wrap the triceps backwards. Feel the feet firmly connected to the ground through the soles of your feet as you ease the heels down towards the mat, even if they don't meet. On the next inhalation, lift the heels, look towards the thumbs, and then walk the feet towards your hands. Soften the knees a little more, lay the stomach onto the thighs, and hold opposite elbows. Feel grounded and connected to the earth through the soles of the feet, drawing energy up through the legs, and allowing any anxiety, any uncertainty to just trickle down the spine, passing each vertebra and exiting the body through the crown of the head. Letting go of opposite elbows, soften the knees a little more and start to curl up to stand, bringing the head up last. If you're not already there, step into the front of your mat. With the feet about hip distance apart, lift all 10 toes away from the ground, fan them out as wide as you can and allow them to fall back down to the earth, creating a stable foundation. And then on the next inhalation, simultaneously lift the heels and lift the arms either side of your ears. Exhale, lower the heels and lower the arms. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower, firm in the core, tuck the tailbone. And the next time you lower the heels down, we're going to bring a slight bend into the knees. So exhale, bending the knees, reach the arms back. Inhale to lift, strong in the core. Exhale, lower a little deeper. Inhale to lift. This time bending the knees but keep the arms lifted, so we find ourselves in Utkatasana, chair pose. So tuck the tailbone under, taking any curve out of the lumbar spine. Plug the shoulders firmly into their sockets and keep the gaze down towards the ground, keeping the back of the neck long. As you exhale, fold forwards over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. The body's in a number 7 shape. Exhale, plant both palms. Step the feet back to find high plank. We'll just pause here for a moment. So revisiting our second mental blueprint, which was that straight line from shoulder tip to shoulder tip. Making sure that in this pose, it dissects, that imaginary line would dissect the flesh of our neck rather than pass through the air in front of it. On an exhale, let's do a tiny micro dip. Point the inner elbows forward, so the elbows must move back as you dip. Inhale up. Exhale, lower the knees, untuck the toes. Continue to exhale as you lower the belly and the chest to the ground. Plant the palms directly under the shoulders and inhale into cobra. Elbows hug the ribs. Exhale, lower down. Hands move beside the rib cage. Inhale, tabletop. Tucking all 10 toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. One deep cycle of breath, enjoying the stability that this pose offers us. And then step the feet together so the inner ankles touch. Inhale to float the right leg to the sky. Option to bend that lifted leg and imagine you can tap yourself on the left shoulder. Inhale to re-extend the right leg and exhale to step it between the hands. Spin the back heel down and check for a heel to instep alignment in preparation for warrior 2. Inhale, reaching forwards, up and back with the left arm. Finding Virabhadrasana 2. This pose is directly connected to the root chakra, to Muladhara, as this point in the body creates the central grounding point in this pose. So imagining or visualizing a column of white light extending from your tailbone down to the earth, and then continuing to extend deep down into the center of the earth. Gazing over the middle finger of the front hand, glancing down to check if you can see the instep of the right foot. If not, tracking that front knee towards the little toe side of the front foot. Keep breathing. Easy rise and gentle fall with the breath. And on the next inhalation, straightening your front leg. Bring the hands down to the hips for a moment and just heel toe the back foot forwards a little bit, but maintaining that heel to instep alignment. Re-extending the arms forwards and back. Now imagining that you're sandwiched between two sheets of glass. So there can't be any movement forwards and back. You can only move along a single plane. So bearing this in mind, as you exhale, start to reach forwards with the right fingertips. Keep the right hip moving under the body. Keep the left hip opening and moving back. When you feel like you've reached your fullest extension without starting to fold forwards or lean back, releasing the right hand down to the right leg and reaching the left fingertips up, gazing up towards the left thumb. Once again, acknowledging our firm connection to the earth through the soles of the feet, pressing into the little toe of the back foot and the ball of the front foot. One more deep cycle of breath, and then inhale to come up. Then lifting the right toes, coming onto the right heel, and pivoting on the heel of the right foot so that you face the long edge of your mat. Now turning the orientation of the feet so that your toes are wider than your heels, and then sinking down into goddess squat. Option just to pause here, working on the strength of the thighs. If you want a little more challenge, we can bring in an inhalation, open the arms up wide. As you exhale, cross them in front of the body and sink a little deeper. Once again, inhale to reach up. Exhale, crossing the arms, sink a little deeper. One third and final time. If you can manage with a smile on your face. And then pausing here, feeling warmth coming into the thighs. Sinking the shoulders back and down, revisiting that mental imprint of shoulders even and square to the hips. Then inhale to stand, coming onto the ball of the back foot, point the right foot forwards, and exhale to windmill the arms forwards and down, framing the front foot. Inhale, high plank, moving the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Exhale, knees down, continue to exhale, lower the belly and the chest. Hands move under the shoulders. Inhale, cobra, press the pubic bone into the mat, soften the shoulders. Exhale, release down. Hands move beside the rib cage. Inhale, tabletop. Tucking all 10 toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. One deep cycle of breath here, moving the hips up and back, just a millimetre or so. And then stepping the feet together so the inner ankles touch. Inhale to float the left leg to the sky. Option to bend that lifted knee. Square the shoulders to the mat as you may find your right shoulder collapses a little. Inhale, re-extend the lifted leg, and exhale to step it forwards between the hands. Spin the back heel down and check for a heel to instep alignment front to back. Inhale, opening out into warrior two. So an imbalance in our root chakra in Muladhara can result in an overactivated fight or flight response. So just using the grounding nature of this pose to soothe and calm our nervous system, to move ourselves into the parasympathetic nervous system. Softening the shoulders, sinking a little deeper with each exhalation. And then inhale to straighten the front leg. Heel toe the back foot in just a little, keeping the heel to instep alignment. Transitioning down into triangle pose, lowering the left arm, lifting the right, tucking the left hip under the body, rolling the right hip up and back, feeling your energy moving in 4 different directions. Listen to the breath, constantly using the breath as a gauge. Your breath will tell you when you need to ease out of the pose or possibly rest. Inhale to come up. And once again, turning the feet so that the toes are a little wider than the heels, hands to hips, and exhale to sink down into goddess squat. Tucking the tailbone under, you can actually manually tilt the pelvic girdle with your hands on your hips, and then raising the arms up to cactus arms, bending at the elbows. Option to pause here. Second option to bring a little movement. So as you exhale, lower left elbow to left knee. Inhale through center. Exhale, right elbow, right knee. Inhale through center. One more time on each side if it's available to you. Bring the hands down to the hips and straighten the legs. Coming onto the ball of the back foot, pointing the left toes forwards, and exhale to windmill the arms forwards and down. Inhale, high plank, flowing through vinyasa. Make it your own. Make your vinyasa bespoke to yourself, ensuring that it's nurturing and nourishing to your body in this moment. We'll all meet once again in downward facing dog. And on the next inhalation, lift the heels, look towards the thumbs, and walk or gently hop the feet forwards. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, reach forwards through the crown, back through the tailbone. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart. Option to close the eyes or just keep the gaze down past the fingertips. Just acknowledging any sensations in the body, using all physical sensations to ground ourselves, to remind us that we are alive, we are present, we are truly blessed with these bodies. Re-regulate the breath. And then release the arms down to the sides and step the feet so the toes just hang over the edge of the mat. Bringing the hands to the hips and start to bend alternate knees, swaying from side to side, and then working your way down to eventually find Malasana squat. You may find that you want to place a block or rolling up the back of your mat to support your heels. Not everybody can bring the mat. So find a sustainable version of this pose for yourself, and then bring the hands together in prayer in front of the heart, gently pressing the inner edges of the knees open with the elbows. With every exhalation, visualize energy spiraling down in a double helix around the spine and exiting the body through the tailbone, rooting you a little more deeply, a little more firmly towards the ground. And imagine that your tailbone is then anchored at that point as you inhale and the energy spirals up in a double helix around the spine and lifts the crown of the head a little higher. But every cycle of breath can actually stretch and elongate the spine. Revisiting both of our mental imprints, so shoulders even and square to the hips. Shoulders also moving back and down away from the ears. And then planting the palms down in front of you. We're going to sweep the right ankle towards the left wrist. So the right knee is behind the right ankle and send the left leg back. If you have a block or a blanket or some kind of support, you can place it underneath the right hip as we set up for pigeon pose. Coming onto tented fingertips, taking a moment to smile open the collarbones, shine the heart forwards, and then exhale to start slowly laying down over your right leg, resting the forehead against the mat or against the back of your hand. Keep easing the left hip down towards the ground to keep the hips square. Unravel the body, unwind it, honouring the body, and letting it move and soften at its own pace. Acknowledging again our firm and stable connection to the earth, the sense of stability that just lying down against the ground can give us. And then inhaling to come up onto the palms of the hands, straightening the arms. We're just going to tuck that right heel underneath the right hip bone and then sweep the left leg forwards. Now bringing the right heel, just allow it to pop backwards to the right hand side so it sits next to your right hip. If this brings any pain into the knee, you can bring a rolled up sock or an eye pillow to the back of the knee. And then we're going to bend the left leg. Start to straighten it, interlacing the fingers at the back of the left leg. So this can be anywhere along the left leg depending on the flexibility in your hamstrings. Again, allowing the breath to ease yourself into the pose. Every exhalation an opportunity to let go and soften a little more deeply. One more cycle of breath. Leg. We'll come forwards onto the left knee and allow the right leg to extend back, finding pigeon pose on the opposite side. Remembering that the positioning of the front heel is dependent on how open your hips are. If you're less flexible, keep the heel tucked in towards the body. If you're more flexible, you can bring the shin almost more parallel with the short edge of your mat. The foot firmly flexed to protect the knee. Either way, coming onto tented fingertips, softening the chest, and then exhaling to release down to the mat. Easing the right hip down towards the ground. Every exhalation, an opportunity to let any doubt, any worries, any negativity just flow out of the body, through the forehead, into the earth. Breath, allowing the breath to wash around the right hip joint, just dissolving any tension you might be holding there. Then inhale to come upright, just sweeping that left heel underneath the left sit bone and bringing the right leg forwards. Allow the left heel to just pop out to the outer edge of the left hip. Also an option to bring a block underneath the opposite hip, this time the right hip, if that helps. And then interlacing the fingers at the back of the right leg and starting to lift the right leg, creeping the hands upwards. At the point where your right knee bends, you're losing the integrity of the pose, so it's better to have the leg lower and straight than straining to lift it up and bending at the knee. So just learning to find without bullying or stressing the body. And then exhaling to release the lifted leg. Sweep both legs in front of you, giving them a little shake. Then scooting the bottom into the centre of the mat, bending both knees, reach the arms forwards, flaring fingers, and as you exhale, place one vertebra at a time down onto the mat. Finding Shavasana, just stepping the heels to either corner of your mat, arms beside the body but not touching the body, palms facing up in a gesture of complete surrender, letting go of any ujjayi breath, returning to natural breath. The only movement in the body being the gentle rise and fall of the belly and the chest. Letting go of any muscular tension, scanning through the body just to find any residual pockets of tension. And when you've identified them, just taking a few moments to breathe into this part of the body. Using the breath as a tool to dissolve tension, to soothe and calm the physical body and the nervous system. Feeling calm and grounded. Finding that inner sanctuary of peace and calm that we constantly carry around with us. it's an option to stay here in Shavasana as long as you feel to. Ready, one at a time, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself one final squeeze, rocking from side to side, massaging the muscles of the back. Roll into the right hand side, remaining in the fetal position for a few moments, connecting once again with that sense of calm, of groundedness, of clarity. Extending the left leg, using the left arm to press yourself up to a seated position. Joining the hands in front of the heart in Anjali Mudra. Sending love and gratitude to the body. Raising the hands in prayer position to the third eye. Sending love and gratitude to the mind. And raising the hands in prayer position overhead. Sending love and gratitude to the divine. Finally returning the hands in prayer in front of the heart. The light in me recognises and honours the light in you. Namaste. Time to come back into the room. Thank you for joining me for this practice, and I hope you can move through the rest of your day with a sense of groundedness and peace and calm. Namaste.